So straight away we can move on to the picture chart where we had stopped yesterday. So in this we can log in using our Google account. So this is how the dashboard look like. Okay, so this is a free version of a PictoChart, and the major problem is that they will allow only 5 visuals to be saved in the dashboard. Okay, so that's a major disadvantage with this free version. So after this 5 visuals, then we need to download the visuals that we are creating so that the editing will not be possible. If we are keeping the visuals in that saved space, that's available space, then later on, if we wish, we can modify the brochures or whatever the content that we are creating. So that can be used for the later purpose also. Okay, so that will be a major disadvantage while we are looking at the PictoChart free version. So basically, I use this PictoChart for creating the brochures and all of the programs, various programs that we are conducting. And while we are comparing this PictoChart and the Canva that we had discussed yesterday, the major addition is the infographics. Okay, on the left side, you can see that there are a lot of templates that's available for infographics, then presentations, then for creating posters, reports, flyers, social media posters, etc. But the major difference between this Canva and PictoChart is the infographics. Okay, so let's see what all things are there in the infographics. See, there are a lot of templates that are available. And then we can search also. Okay, we can search for the templates for our specific purpose. We can just type the keywords and search. So now I am not going for that. I will show how we can create or modify the graphs and all using this infographic templates that's available. So I am using this particular template. Then click on the use template now. So it will take some time for loading that particular thing. Okay, yeah, it's loaded now. Now we can give, or we can give the contents, or we can input some of the images, whatever we like. That's same as that we had done yesterday in the Canva. But the major difference is that we can see some pie chart and all here. We can edit these charts. Okay. Actually, we used to plot the graph or the histograms, pie chart, etc., using Excel or some other graphical tools, isn't it? But in PictoChart, the major advantage is that we can just edit and we can give some values and then we can create the charts. So that's a beauty. So just I am going to edit this particular pie chart. See, it's having an Excel-like interface, and we can give the data here. Okay, see, I am just changing the percentage of the sample as 50, and here I am giving the sample 2 as 30%, and then another sample 3 as 20%. See, it's changing. And then if I am applying the changes, that will be automatically coming to that particular report that we are going to create. Similarly, we can change the type of the chart also. See, here we can see the histograms, vertical bar is there, then triangle bar is there, horizontal bars, then line plot, area plots, then dot, then bubbles are there, that the data is not sufficient for that. Then scatter plots are available, and pie chart is the stack when icon matrix, then hierarchy, gauge, donut, swatch, and finally the progress bar. Okay, so this much tools are available in the PictoChart. So it's very easy. If you are looking for creating some infographics, it's really very much. We can save our time for creating such contents, and at the same time we can use some images or some templates that's already available, or we can use some elements so that it will look like an interactive one. So if you are looking for some infographic reports or something like that, the PictoChart is an ideal option. Okay, so in addition to this infographics, we have a huge collection of shapes and icons. Okay, so that's a second point of difference between this Canva and PictoChart. Canva is also having a lot of shapes, but I think PictoChart is having more number of collection. Okay, just we can see the icon of WhatsApp is there. Then now it's a trend of COVID, isn't it? So let's see what about the sanitizing. Yeah, sanitize. See, so just click on that element, and then we can change the color also. Whatever color that we look, we can change that. Okay, so that's the main advantage of this PictoChart. We have the different shapes and icons are available. It's a huge database. Okay, mask will be there. See. Then we have illustrations also. So if you want to add some illustrations into a post, then obviously we can use the illustrations. So these are the differences that if we are comparing with the Canva and the PictoChart. And what is lagging is that the images, the pictures, the picture library is very vast in the case of Canva. There are a lot of contents are available in the Canva. So if you are looking for creating some posters for using in social media and all, obviously the Canva will be the best option for you. But if you are looking for creating some contents that's having some informations, graphical representations, or if you want to create some or show some shapes or something like that, or illustrations, etc., then this PictoChart will be a better option. And I will show some of them. See, in social media, if you are clicking on the social media, there are a lot of templates that's available. That's suited to the social media also. That's most similar to that of the Canva. See the Facebook covers, Facebook posts, other Twitter heads, Twitter posts, LinkedIn headers, posts, etc. All are there, and we can choose either of these. Suppose I am going to choose Facebook post. So the templates that's suited for a Facebook post will be coming. So likewise, we can create the template, the posters using these templates. Then the templates for the presentations are also available. That's mostly similar to that of the templates that's available in the Canva. But I think it's Canva, using Canva is a better option for these kind of things. Okay, so in a nutshell, this is about the PictoChart. And now I think we had completed the three things. That means I had given a nutshell of information about creating the websites using the website builder that's available in the GoDaddy. Then we have familiarized this Canva, and finally the PictoChart now. Now you can create your own contents. I think we can provide some assignments, isn't it, Eliza?
You're supposed to.
Yes.
You're supposed to, yeah.
So the assignment is that you can use this PictoChart or the Canva to create a poster. Okay, so the content, that's up to you. You can use your own creativity and you can use the topic that you like. Just use these things and create a content, a poster, and then just use this GoDaddy website builder and create a blog based on that particular content. Okay, so that you can give upload an image, then you can create a write-up and just create a blog. Okay, and please send the link to me. Yeah, I had seen one question, sir. Can we exploit data by uploading a graph into this histogram? No, madam, that we cannot do. We can give the input as values only. We cannot upload the graph and extract the inputs. No, that's not possible. But there are tools. There are tools that's available. We can actually, I don't remember it right now, but there are tools that can be used for reading the contents that's available with a graph. That means it will be reading the pixels and all. I had used it once for my research work. That's a vibration signal I had uploaded in that, and we can give the x-axis and y-axis. What is the scale? X-axis and y-axis scale can be provided, and then we can choose the color also. What color that the details needs to be extracted. So if you are suppose there are some 3 or 4 graphs are there having different colors, then we can choose any of the color, and the details of the entire points will be extracted by that, and then we will be getting a value in an Excel sheet. So I need to search that because it's a long time that I had used that. So in next class, I shall provide the details of that. Okay, which website that we can use, or this material that's best suited for that. Yes, get data can be used. Yes, sir. So now moving on to the MATLAB. So after creating the content that we can readily download it, then again I will show one example. So this is a brochure of the program that we have created. Now just we can download that. Okay, just we can download that, but in the free version, it has some limitations. Only support the PNG format only. We cannot download in a PDF format. So that's a major problem with this one, because in the case of reports or some sort of files and something like that, it's obviously we want to download that in a PDF format, but it's not available with the PictoChart free version. If you want to download that, we need to go for the Pro version. And also regarding the quality, the maximum quality is medium level only. We cannot have the high quality images that can be downloaded. Okay, so that's a major disadvantage. So we can download such blog also. That means, see, in this particular brochure, it's having 2 pages. Okay, it is having 2 pages. So if you are downloading such a blog, then obviously it will be having 2 images. Okay, so 1 page means 1 blog. So that will be a zip file. Okay, if you are downloading that will be a zip file, and just I will show. And actually that will be having 3 files. Actually in this brochure there is only 2 files, but the third one will be their logo. Okay, the third image will be their logo. That's the only thing that they are creating additionally, but there won't be any watermark or something like that in the file that we are creating.
Sir, I'm having a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. See, when I tried using certain such type of app, such type of tools for making some drawings, and when I tried to copy it, that means when I try to copy it and paste it to Word or some other place, then I see that the quality is coming down. The quality of the picture.
Yes, actually, the Word is not that much good for pasting this quality images, because the high quality images that can be created in the EPS format and all, and the Word will not support that.
Okay.
So that's why we are using this LaTeX and all.
Okay. Oh, so we have to use LaTeX and all.
Yes. For vector graphics, it's better to use tools like that, because the word is not supporting vector graphics. That means if you are pasting a particular image and then in a Word file, and then if we are zooming that, we can see that the image is getting blurred. But if we are pasting the same image in a EPS file as an EPS format in a LaTeX file, even though if we are zooming that 1000% or 2000%, that will be zoomed accordingly, and no quality will be lost.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
See, there are 3 images now. Okay, so this is the first block, then the second block, and finally the logo that they're creating. So that's only thing about the free version of the PictoChart. If you are using a pro version, I think it's around $20 or something like that. It's around $20 or something like that. So it is a little bit costly than Canva. Yeah, $24. Okay, so that's a little bit costly, but that again that you need to think if we want to purchase a pro version of this one. Okay, so that's it. Any queries regarding these 3 things that we have discussed: Canva, then website builder, or this PictoChart? You can ask right now, or else we can move on to the MATLAB.
No, I don't think there are questions, sir. We'll move on to MATLAB. And
Yes,
in between, if some doubts they are having, participants are having, they can ask later also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So right away I'm moving to MATLAB. So it's basically based on the metrics. Okay, the inputs that we are giving that's rated in the MATLAB as a metrics. So it's MATLAB, that's a short form of Metrics Laboratory. And it's a very good tool that can be used for the manipulations of the metrics. Then it has a great visual capabilities. A lot of functions are there. And even a lot of toolbox are there. And it's having application in various fields of engineering, finance, then medical fields, etc. It's finding a lot of applications in various fields. And in a single sentence, if I'm telling like that, the size of the MATLAB file that we are downloading, the software is 20 GB, and after installation, it will be 40 GB if you are installing all the packages. So now we can imagine what how much or how far it is having the packages, isn't it? So that's the advantage of the use of MATLAB. It finds application in several areas, and it's quite easy for us to use. Even without knowing the programming language or without any background of programming, we can right away go and study this MATLAB. So that's a major advantage of MATLAB. And all the variables that we are giving in the MATLAB is being treated as metrics. So that will be treated as an array. And the array can be called as in 2 forms, that's a vector or a scalar. That means if vector, it will be containing 1 row or a column of data. And if it's a scalar matrix, that will be containing only 1 row and 1 column. So that means if you are giving A is equal to 1, that means that's a scalar. And this is how we are giving the values in MATLAB. So if we are going back to C programming and all, first of all, for a variable, we need to declare whether it is an integer or it's a, like that, floating or something like that. In MATLAB, no need of that. Directly we can provide the variables and give the values. Okay, so this is a prompt symbol, and we can assign an operator, whether it's equal, greater, less than, etc. Then provide the values, and we can suppress the command using a semicolon. That means if you are not putting semicolon at the end, if you are pressing enter, it will be providing the answer at the end, or it will be displaying the values. Okay, if you are putting a semicolon at the end of that particular command, then it will be suppressing that. That means it will only be displaying it once again. Okay, that I will show while discussing the hands-on of that. And this is how we are inputting the matrix. Okay, this is a 3x3 matrix, and each row is being separated by a semicolon, and the enter matrix is kept in a square bracket. So that's how we are inputting a matrix data in a MATLAB. But if we are going for C, what happened? We need to have some true for loops, isn't it? for reading the rows and columns. So it's a hectic one. And easily we can do the matrix operations like this. We can choose the A transpose B into A multiplication. Then each elements can be multiplied in a matrix. Each elements can be multiplied using B dot star A. Then B backslash A can be used for division. And each elements in the matrix B and A can be divided. That means the first element of matrix B will be divided by the matrix first element of the matrix A. Similarly, we can do the matrix operations using B dot backslash A. Then we can join the matrices vertically and horizontally. So there are a lot of operations, and finally we can plot the data using simple commands. Okay, so this is just a brief introduction about the MATLAB. I'm not going to detail because there are a lot of the participants are from different areas, so there's no point in discussing the programming things in detail. Now, I'll show that how can we use the MATLAB and what all the packages are available with the MATLAB. See, we can have two options. Either we can use that online or we can download the software. But MATLAB provides only 30 days trial use. So after 30 days, we need to purchase the license. Or the second option is that we can download the crack version of the MATLAB and you can use it happily. Okay. So these are the two options. And for getting this trial version, we need an institutional mail ID. Okay, using our Gmail ID, we cannot use the trial version of the MATLAB, so that's a problem. So for registering, we need the institutional mail ID. So just Google search the online MATLAB, and we can enter the MathWorks website and just click on Start using MATLAB online. Okay, now we need to sign up. Okay, we need to sign up before using that. So if you have not, if you don't have any account, you can sign up using your institutional mail ID, and you can provide the details, how much employees are there, what's the position, etc. And the area of interest can be provided in the sign up form that's being given. And now I am just signing using my account that I have already. So this is how a dashboard after signing up looks like, and they'll be asking to link some accounts. So if we have already purchased a MATLAB license and we have using some softwares, we can link the account so that we can use online in the browsers. Also, we can use online. So at any place we can use using the license that we have already got from the MATLAB. Or else then we can opt for the 1 month trial, or else we can buy a MATLAB software now. And there are a lot of programs are also being conducted by the MATLAB. The training programs are there. So you can attend the training programs also in MATLAB. So just we can try for a month trial version. Okay, so now we want to confirm the agreement and just click on submit. See, these are the trial packages that's available. Okay, biological science, control system, data science, deep learning, discrete event GPU, image processing, machine learning. Then these are the basic things. MATLAB Essential contains the basic things. So I think if you're downloading the MATLAB Essential and an additional package that's best suited for our works, I think only some 5 or 6 GB data is sufficient for that. The entire package, if you are downloading, that's having a crack version or something like that, that will be having some 20 GB data. So these are all the packages or the toolbox that's available with the MATLAB. Okay, so you can choose any of these. Okay, you cannot choose all the packages in the trial version. You can choose any of these packages, and then you can download that. Okay, you can download that. So now I am not going to download the software. I am just using it online. Okay, so just click on Start your MATLAB online trial. and click on Open MATLAB Online. So now a software will be loaded. This is the interface. Okay, this is the interface that in the online browser that you can see the software. And now I will show the software that is already installed in my laptop. You see the interface now, and I will show the already installed software. So this is the software that's already installed. Okay, so this is the software that's already installed. So it's looking similar, isn't it? So it's having a workspace over here. Then we have a browser over here. The current folder will be showing all the contents that's available in that particular folder. And this is the command window where we can input the commands or do some basic level of programming, etc. And if we want to create some functions or a little bit higher level of programming and all, then obviously we can go to the editor. So these are some of the programs that we have already created. So like this, if you want to create some functions or something like that, that it's better to go for an editor and we can create some functions. So that will be having a function name and all. So I'm not going into detail. So just showing that there's an option for that. Okay. And then we can see the apps that's having. So in the package that I had already downloaded for my specific purpose, I don't need all the packages. So I had downloaded only the signal processing and the basic this machine learning sort of things. So these are all the available packages in my particular app that's been installed in my computer. Okay. So now moving back to the online version. Now I will show how we are creating the things. Okay, see, I'm just giving the value a is equal to 7 and suppressing that using the semicolon. So in the workspace, see the value is being given. So a matrix is being created with the variable name a, and the value is given as 7, and it's showing the size is 1 by 1. The matrix is 1 by 1 matrix. That's it. Okay. Suppose if I am creating another variable called b, and the value is given as 9, and I'm not suppressing that using the semicolon. Okay, see the answer is being displayed in the workspace again. Sorry, the command box once again, isn't it? So in order to prevent that, we are suppressing that using the semicolon. Okay, and then if you want to create a matrix, say suppose C is equal to 1, 2, 3. So each column must be separated by a space, and either we can separate the row using a semicolon or just type enter. Okay, now I'm just typing the enter 5, 6, 8, then the third row 4, 8, 9, and closing that. So this is the matrix that I have created. Okay, so in a such simple manner we can create the matrix. And suppose if you want to create a for loop for I equal to 1, 2, then incremental space is 1, and finally as a 10 as the end. So that means that it will start, the variable I will be starting for the first value 1, it will be having an increment of 1, and finally it will be lasting till it gets the value 10. Okay, we can assign x is equal to a plus I. Sorry, you can give x as a matrix form I equal to a plus I. Okay, so don't mind this first equation that I have given. This means we have inputting the elements in a matrix form. Okay, that means x is a variable, and that's a matrix having a size of 1 by 10. Okay, 1 by 10 matrix, that is and the values will be automatically given to that particular sort of variable. Okay, so that means if you are running that once again, I'll show the values. So the x will be, first value of x will be 8, then 9, 10, 11, etc. Because the first value of the a is 7, isn't it? A is 7. So that means the first value will be a plus 1. That means 1. Then 7 plus 1 will be 8. Then I will be having the value 2 in the second iteration. So 7 plus 2, 9. Then 7 plus 3, 10, etc. So on, and finally 17. Okay. So that's how we can create the things. And just we can plot also. We can plot x. So this is the graph that is obtained, and we can do some editings for creating the grids or for providing the title, etc. So that's what we can do with this MATLAB. Okay, and we can look on to apps also. So these are the apps that's contained in the trial version that I have taken right now. So linear regression analysis, optimization, curve fitting, etc. are there. You can use the curve fittings for analyzing your graphs or some sort of data, etc. And additionally, suppose you know a command called plot. Plot is there for creating a graph, but you are not very much thorough about the syntax, what all things that we can give, or how to create a plot, or how to give the color to the graph, or how we can create the line shapes or width, etc. So just click on F1. So it will be providing the help menu, and it will be showing what all sort of examples are there, what all commands that we can use in the plot command, etc. So with the examples we can see. That's the beauty of this. See, one variable is being created, x is equal to 0 to pi by 100 is the increment, and it will be lasting till 2 pi. So that's the initial value, and then y is sin x. So for all these x value, we will be getting the value of sin, and that will be given to y, and then we can plot the xy values, so that we will be getting a sine curve. Okay. Then this is a case where we are plotting two data are being given, and two graphs can be plotted in a single graph or in a single plot. See. Then how can we specify line styles, etc. is being showed here. See, the dashed lines can be created by using this, and then columns can be given for creating the dotted lines. Then we can specify the colors and markers also. See, initially G is used for telling that the lines of that particular graph should be in a green color. Then the second B shows it should be in a blue color, and it should be a dashed line with marker O. You see, the markers are also there. And then the third curve should not be a line graph. Instead, the asterisk is being provided. So all the data points will be shown as an asterisk, and the color will be cyan. Okay. So likewise, we can create the plots, and we can give the styles, or we can choose the colors, the type of the line graphs, etc. Okay. Now we can specify the line width also, the thickness of the line. So I think the default line thickness will be 0.5. So if you want to increase the line thickness or the width of that particular line, we can specify the command as line width in a single quotes, and we can specify the width. That means here the width of the line is 2, so that the thickness of the line will be high, and that can be used in our research articles and all. If we are going to paste some figures, it should be having some much higher line thickness and all. So 2 is advisable in that case. And the marker size also we can provide. So in this previous example that I had shown, the markers are O and asterisk. So in this particular example, they are not specified about the size of that markers, but we can specify the size of the markers also. So here the marker size is given as 10. So that's it about the plotting and all. And now I will show in the software that I downloaded right now. So if you don't know these commands, then we have the editors. Editor is already available with the MATLAB. So once after plotting the graphs, we can use the editors for providing the grids or creating the title or X level, Y level, etc. So this is a graph in a particular window. Now what we can do is that we can see an icon like this, Open Property Inspector. So just click on to that. So a property inspector will be coming. Since there are a lot of softwares in my laptop, it's a little bit slow. So that's why it's taking much time. If you have some high performance computers, it won't be taking that much time. Okay. Oh, it's taking much longer time. So by the meantime, I will show some other things. So actually, as we go through that particular toolbox and all, we had seen lot of packages that's available with the MATLAB, and now if you want to know more what are things that that's available with the MATLAB, just type the command Y MATLAB. Oh, in the newer version, it's changed. You can see in the downloaded version. Oh, it little bit of humor. Okay, so it's a stupid question. So the MATLAB is saying that why MATLAB? That's a stupid question because there are a lot of packages that they are giving, and then again we are asking why the requirement for the MATLAB. Oh, it's taking much more time. I don't know why now it's very much slow. It's not take, it will not take usually this much time. Okay, anyways, I will show once it is ready, so we don't have the time to waste. So that's about the basic intro part of the MATLAB, and we can use the toolbox also that's available. See, suppose if you want to fit a curve, so we have some sort of values other, and we have to get an equation based on that value. Okay, so we can provide the name, then we can specify the datas. Okay, we can specify the datas actually. In, we have x is there, and one more data we can create. I think maybe one more data we can give x and y. Okay, x and y is there, and now we can plot a graph, and then we can fit the curve. So x data can be y. Okay, so 1 to 10 with an increment of 1. Then y data can be x. So it's a linear sort of thing, isn't it? So this is the equation of the curve. F of x is equal to p1 into x plus p2, where p1 is having the value 1 and p2 is 7. That means our own equation, isn't it? 1x plus 7, 1x plus 7. So x is the increment that we are given the program. That means I, isn't it? So that's it. Now, if you wish, we can change the variables and just see. Now I am going to give the values for x as 1, 5, 8, 9, 7, 12. So this is the value that's given now. Now again we can give the values of x. Then y. See, now the equation has changed. It's having p1 into x plus p2, and p1 is having the value 3, p2 is having the value 12. And we can see the results also. So we can give multi-degree of equations can be given. The polynomial equations can be given here. Okay, so that's about the curve fitting part. So the lot of equations are available. We can use exponential, then Fourier, Gaussian, interpolate, linear fitting, etc. Then in polynomial also we can give the number of degrees. So that will be according to the variables that we have. So in our case, the mostly the value look like a linear one. So that's why the linear one of the equation that we are creating. Or maximum we can go for the 2-degree equation. So that will be enough. But in some cases, we need to go for a higher level of degrees, or some other type of equations can also be provided for creating the curves that fit for the data. Okay, so that's it about an example on this curve fitting tool. Yeah, actually, Scilab is good. Yes, Scilab is open source, and that's not having that much size of the math lab. It has almost all the basic tools of the math lab. Okay, and it is more the programming side. Programming side is more or less similar to that of the math lab, but it don't have that much toolboxes. So that's a major disadvantage. In MATLAB, there are a lot of toolboxes are available, and they are regularly updating the toolbox also. But since the Scilab is an open source software, and that's how only limited toolbox are available. And if you want to add the toolbox and all, it's also a little bit a tedious task. Okay, I had tried for adding a single processing toolbox in the Scilab that I had already installed in my system, and I failed. It was taking much time, and I lost my patience. And then I shifted back to the MATLAB. So,
Sir Antonio, sir, Antonio,
yes,
sir,
sir. Yes, sir.
sir, AB here. Sir, please don't forget to tell about this Get More apps and the because I mean the people who are from different area, so
Yes,
they
yes.
are having a lot of other sort of something in life sciences and all those things. You have medicine and such type of toolboxes are available, right? Around 60
Yes, sir.
60.
Yes, sir. That's why I had
Some of
shown
them
initially. I will show
something
that.
something related with pharmacy and other things if you can show they will understand they will be knowing more about just an introduction is sufficient so they can
Yes, sir.
explore that particular
Actually, I
thing.
had shown that package, the toolbox that's already available with the MATLAB initially before going to this
But this
the
get
live
more
session.
apps can be done here. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Please don't forget to
So,
tell that.
yes, sir. I am showing that right now. See, if you are clicking on this Get More apps, we can see the Simulink, then workflow is there, then the different applications. So image processing, computer vision, AI, signal processing, etc. are there. Then even gaming is there. Then different discipline we can sort it out in science or engineering industries, etc. So we can just go to the science and see what all apps are there. See, bioinformatics is there, econometrics, risk management, symbiology, PIV, microscopy. So there are a lot of apps. Actually, I don't know what all are these apps and for what purpose it's being used. So if you are familiar with this kind of, if you are from this discipline, you will be able to understand. So what for what purpose can that particular app can be used. So like this, we can explore all the apps that's available with the MATLAB. Okay. Then there will be toolbox also. So we can select the toolbox that's available and see the areas in from agriculture. There are 6 apps are there. Biological and health science 532. Then physics 123, psychology 16, business and economics 692, chemistry 360. So it's finding a vast application in different areas. So the MATLAB is not confined in the engineering or the field that's more or less related to the programming part. So in any discipline, it can find some sort of applications. So that's the advantage of this MATLAB. So that's why I told if we are asking why to the MATLAB, it will be telling stupid question because there are a lot of applications that's available with the MATLAB. Okay, so I hope by this you might get some idea on your own interest that whether that can the MATLAB can be used for your research purpose or some sort of teaching aids as a teaching aid or something like that. Okay, and now I'm just moving on to the virtual lab. So I will just show the virtual lab, what all things that's available in the virtual lab. So we have a
Uh,
website called,
Sir,
yes, yes, sir. Yes.
sir, one sec, sir. Sir, their query was specifically aimed at one thing: how to access, That is
Yes, yes,
the basic problem. Please address that particular query. Okay, sir
yes,
is
yes,
here.
yes, sir. Yes.
Sir is here. We have just had a discussion. Nivin sir is here. Sir
Yes,
is
sir. Yes, sir.
actually
Yes, sir.
he's listening. Okay, okay, sir. Carry on, sir, please.
So, if Nivin sir, had you gone to this website blab.co.in?
No, sir. Not yet,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. If we are going to this virtual lab .co.in, we have all the available virtual labs of all the collaborating institutions in this one space.
Sir, is it available
Okay.
for private institutions also?
Yeah, obviously it's available. We can log in using our own Google account. There's no need that we need to use some institutional account as what I had told in the case of MATLAB. No need of that. Okay, without signing up also we can do a lot more things in this. I will show where we need to sign up or for what particular purpose we need to sign up. Okay, remaining things, almost some 50 to 60% of the things can be done in this particular website without signing. So if we are going for some simulation kind of things, that means if you want to demonstrate the things to the students, in some institutions will be asking to sign up. So for that particular purpose, we can use our Google account or we can create an account in this particular website. That's it. That I will show. Okay, so these are the participating institutes, and we can see the broad areas of the virtual labs: the electronics and communication, computer science and engineering, then electrical engineering, mechanical, chemical, biotechnology, civil, physical science, chemical science. So all these are the broader areas of the virtual lab that's been created right now. And suppose since you are asking about the FM and thermal lab, now I am just moving on to the mechanical engineering. See, these are the list of virtual labs that's available in this particular platform, and we can see who are the contributors of that particular lab. And
Sir,
I think, yes,
sir,
yes,
I have a query. Sir, if we want, there are many virtual labs available like IIT is providing, but if in case for our subject, if it is not existing, so what should be the basic component of virtual lab if we want to create for any subject?
Madam, let me
madam.
intervene here because see, I think, sir, Antonio sir, let me ask her query because this has been addressed to us actually. We had a meeting with these people, virtual lab people, the other day, and what they had told is one important thing, that if some institute would like to cooperate or coordinate with them and create lab content for them, they're happy to cooperate with them. So that's what. For example, which area you are from, ma'am? Which is your discipline?
So computer science.
Computer science. Computer science, already a lot of labs are available. Now, what they were telling is that if someone is there from medical side or pharmacy side or some other side, they are ready to even, some other linguistics or something. They are ready to cooperate with them, coordinate with them. What they are looking for is content. Once content is there, they will be in a position to develop this thing. Another thing is also there. They are giving the freedom for you to develop a system, or you to develop something and publish it to them or publish it under virtual lab, because this virtual lab is an initiative under the Ministry of Education, Government of India. Okay, so I just, because the problem is that I was involved in that discussion, that is the reason why I intervened. Sir Antonio sir, please continue, sir.
Yes. So, in the upcoming lab list, this mechanical fluid and thermal science lab is there. That's by IIT Guwahati. So by clicking onto that, you can see a lot of experience are there in the virtual lab set up by the IIT Guwahati. I am going to one experiment. See all the theories and everything will be there, and detail about the procedures are there, what are things that we need to do for conducting the experiments, and details of the software packages. So if you want to have an runtime engine, you need to download the LabVIEW software. But we can use simulator from here also. So first of all, we need to download that particular experiment and simulate that using the LabVIEW software. Okay, so that's how this particular virtual lab that's developed by IIT Guwahati is telling. Now, suppose I am just moving on to another one. In physical science, I think one heat and mass transfer is. Let me take that. That was developed by Amrita. In physical science, one lab called this heat and thermodynamics virtual lab is there. So suppose if you want to simulate this one, okay, if you want to simulate this one, they'll be asking for us to log in. Okay, so either we can create an account, free account, or you can log in using a Google account. That's it. Okay, just we can use the Google account for login, and we can do the simulations. So likewise, this VLabs can be used for conducting the experiments in our college for all the virtual labs that's been available, and all the collaborating institutions. This VLab is being included in this, but we cannot assure that all the entire virtual labs that's available right now is being included in this one. Okay, only the the virtual labs available by the collaborating institutions is being included in this particular platform, and we can access it freely, and no need of signing up or creating an account or something like that. So in some sort of specific purpose, they will be asking to download some software for simulating, or in some particular purpose, we need to log in for doing the simulations, as I had shown in the case of that Amrita virtual lab. So that's it, sir. So Nivin sir, is it clear now?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. But we can't download the contents now, sir.
No, sir. We can.
No, it is. It's not possible to download, but you can, operate there itself. Sir, do you carry any particular experiment that you can show here dynamically?
Yeah, obviously.
Just check up in the virtual lab. So, can you run any one experiment so that they'll get an experience how it look? Yeah, a very simple experiment.
Yes,
some heat transfer.
Yeah, a heat transfer by radiation. That's by.
Can you show how it is the value is changing and all those things?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will show.
How we'll be able to conduct the trials and take out the readings and all those things. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, sir.
So, in this particular virtual lab of Amrita, there's a point of disadvantage also, because they have some errors in taking the temperature values, because I had used it last year for the students. So that's why I'm telling that. See, here we have a base plate, so we can view the voltage and the current. We can set the voltage and current of the base plate and of the top plate by just clicking on to this base plate. Here we can see that while clicking on that right side of that knob, that means it is rotating towards the clockwise, in a clockwise direction, so that the current and the voltage is being increased. And we can set a particular sort of value. And in the top plate, then again we can view value. So mostly we'll be setting both in a same voltage and current. And later on, we can just switch on, so that the heat, it will be heated and the heat transfer will be taking place over there through radiation. And after some time, the temperature will be becoming uniform. So we can see a stopwatch over here, so that will be displaying the time that is being taken. So once it's reaching a steady state, that means once the temperature becomes steady, then constant, it will be showing the time. Okay, so that the simulation will be stopping as the temperature reaches a constant value. So now we can see that the temperature is being increased, and at the same time the time, now it's approximately 15 minutes now. So it's 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and the temperature that's shown here is 702 Kelvin. But unfortunately, we cannot rotate this knob. It's working now. Last year when I called the students, it was not working, so that might have updated the things. So here, if we are clicking on the knob, it will be rotating, and we'll be getting the temperature readings of all the points: T1, T2, then T3, T4, T5, T6, T7. Okay, and all these readings can be given in the tabular column that's given at the bottom of the page. So we can provide the voltmeter readings, ammeter reading, then the temperature of the black body, then test plate, then chamber temperature, etc. can be provided over here. And finally, we will be able to calculate the MCT. So that will be given. Okay. Once if we are entering all the values, the MCT will be given. So for this test plate and the black body, we need to specify the voltage, current, etc. And just we can switch on the system and we can run the simulation. Then not the time. That's it about this experience. So all these procedures will be provided over here. So we can go through this procedure step by step, and then we can do the simulations. See, here they will be providing the procedure for the simulation, for running this particular simulation. And actually, if you are doing that particular simulation in a lab, really, so what will be the procedure? That's also will be provided by them. So we can go through these two. And for the running virtual lab, we can tell the students that these are the steps that we need to follow. But if you were really in the lab for doing this experiment, actually this will be the procedure that we need to follow. And this is a tabular column, and the calculations, everything will be provided. So we can just follow the procedures and we can conduct the experiments using the simulator. Is it clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Nivin
Yes,
sir,
Yes,
Nivin
sir.
sir, what we usually do is that, I think all the colleges, including Sir's college also, Antonio Sir's college also is doing the same thing. We'll be making students doing this, so that the students can also see in the screen, on the screen, this whole thing, right? So we'll vary the values, just like what we do in our, class
Lab.
or in our lab. We'll be varying values, and we'll be taking around 6 sets or 7 sets. Okay, so then we'll make the students to do the calculation manually, and finally we'll take out the results, and we'll extract the result, this particular thing out of there. Okay,
that is how we are doing this. Okay. So,
So sir,
ah,
do you
maybe,
think
sir.
this can be used for conducting the lab exam?
We are doing it, sir.
Okay. Okay,
We
sir.
are doing it. We are doing it. We are
Okay,
doing
sir.
it here. We are doing it here. In lab exam also can be conducted here.
Okay,
We are
sir.
doing it. But as far as our university is concerned, your university is not insisting on conducting live lab exam. What they are
Okay.
insisting is you can go for even what's that called objective type of examination once the
Okay.
student completes the given. So it all depends upon the university. If the university wants to have such type of live lab, it is possible to for one to do that. That we are doing it here.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So if you can contact me more, I'll be in a position to help you. Since you're mechanical, we'll be in a position to help you because we have a coordinator over here for virtual in this college. So I can connect you to him so that you will be in a position to communicate with him.
Sure,
And,
sir. Sure, sir.
okay.
Sure,
One
sir.
of my faculty in my department itself is the coordinator for this virtual lab, Ashwin, Professor Ashwin. I can
Sure,
give
sir.
his number and you can contact him and you can talk with him and we can sort this out. Okay?
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
That won't be a problem at all.
And sir, one more point to add, sir.
Okay.
Regarding the conduct of lab exam, if you are conducting the lab exam, the main problem is that for if the students are doing experience using a simulator, at every point of time they will be getting the same value only. So that's a disadvantage because they will be not already if they had done the experience, they will be having the value and they can just give that value only. So
Yes, yes.
I don't think that if you are conducting the exam using this virtual lab, that won't work. Because they can study all the sort of equations and the values, the end results that they are getting by heartly, and then just they can give the values. That's it. They don't need to do the experience.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, that is correct actually. That you can help it. You can help it, you know.
Such difficulties are always there, sir.
In the pandemic situation, how people do is that the other way around. Like we conduct online examination, we are not in a position. We tried proctoring. University tried proctoring. Then students told you, see, look, we don't have a camera and all those things, so it is not possible for us to proctor.
Yes, sir. Whatever we do, students will bring up innovative ideas to overcome that.
They have double innovative ideas. Now here the innovative idea is that they have a parallel WhatsApp group.
Yes,
All
yes.
over Kerala, they have a parallel WhatsApp group.
Yes,
And
yes.
after another 30 or 40 minutes, the question paper total, the answer paper total is available there. The only problem with the student is that they need not look into any book at all. Only thing is that they just copy down whatever thing maybe. And the kids are even copying the names. That's the issue. Supposing kid number A is copying A's name into B's answer paper, then what's fun in that? We'll be able to identify that it's a A's answer paper that B has put in. And another fun is that it's very easy to evaluate also. The problem is that, see, before and all, we were evaluating 60 papers. Right now, we need to evaluate only 3 papers. The thing is that there will be 3 papers only. All the others will be copies of that. Okay. So,
Yes,
such
sir.
type of issues are there. We can't help it. Someone is saying this happens in medical college also. Every college. My wife, she was telling this. She's attending this program. So she was also telling this. So, they're also in veterinary college also, the same thing is happening. Parallelly, people are running, this type of racket over there. So, can't help, it is the way. So, what best can be done under this situation? That's what we are looking at. That's what I feel. It's possible for us to conduct the experiment with this. The students will get some idea. So if something is thing, that's what we are looking at. In the way in which I am looking at. Okay, sir. What is it?
Oh, okay, sir. So some queries were there. Other than this site provided by IITs to MHRD, are there any virtual labs available? Yeah, the colleges for creating the virtual labs will be providing in their particular website. For example, this Amruta, since they are collaborating with this virtual lab, they are providing the contents in this also, but if you want to access their virtual lab alone, we can go to a particular website and we can access their virtual lab. So like this, there will be a lot of institutions that's providing the virtual labs. So that we need to find it out. And the other query is
Anthony sir,
yes,
Ramesh
sir,
sir
yes.
is having a Ramesh sir's query. Please look into Ramesh sir's query.
Yes. Sir, actually, no HTML code can be used for creating this. We can create the contents. That means these kind of interface that I am showing right now, the details about the lab that's available, and then the other sort of things like the details about the procedure, tabular code, etc. So that can be created using HTML codes and all, but the simulating parts that we cannot use HTML code for creating that, we need to code in some other form for creating that. I think some computer science guy can give a direction regarding the creating some simulators and all. Okay, just
sir,
we can
also,
create your piece. Yes, sir.
Sir, Rajeshri madam is asking AI lab, artificial intelligence lab.
Yes, ANN is there, madam. ANN lab is there. I had searched for that in the computer science and I didn't find the AI lab. I didn't find the AI lab. Only ANN is there.
AMN stands for, can you explain, sir?
Artificial neural networks.
Artificial, pardon me?
Neural network.
Artificial neural network.
Neural network. ANN is there. ANN. Yes. Artificial neural network. Okay, fine.
I think almost all queries have been clear. Any more queries are there? Antonio sir, are you through with the presentation?
No, sir. Actually, I had completed the things that I had planned for today.
Okay, great. So you can post that assignment, optional assignment,
yes,
in the website, so the participants can send it their reply. And also, I'll ask Nikhil sir to post his assignment also. Forgotten to tell him.
Excuse
and
me,
one
sir.
More thing, tomorrow,
Yes.
please.
Excuse me, sir.
Please.
Yeah, sir. Can we get all the notes of today's session, like PPT form or PDF form? It will be a great help, sir.
Yeah, see, the total program PDF as well as it is adult requirement. The total material will be uploaded in the adult portal, and also it will be given to you also.
Fine.
So don't worry about the material as such. The total material, that is a total recording, as well as the total PDFs that we are receiving, presentations. All of them are supposed to be shared. Adult is specifically telling that all these details are supposed to be submitted. And the thing is that they won't give the money unless and until these documents are received there. That's the issue. So you don't worry about that particular thing. We'll be giving it anyway. We have no other option other than to give it. That's the issue. Okay. So that won't be.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm having an announcement process. Tomorrow, as I have told you, that is Thursday, we'll be having one more session, and the session will be from 11 to 12:30. Nitin sir, please note. Nitin sir. Nitin sir, sure. Are you available there?
I am here.
Please note that tomorrow there will be an additional session from 11 to 12:30, and the session, tomorrow's last session will be taken by Binesh sir, and sir will be looking at this particular Moodle. So please, I ask all participants to please attend Moodle, because what sir is telling is that I was under the impression, till date I was under the impression that Moodle, initially I knew that Moodle was a free software, but later when I asked some people, they told that okay, fine, the server setting is difficult. Yes, the server setting is difficult, and people are charging money for server setting. That's what they were telling. But when I discussed with him only, I came to know that he is one of the persons who sets server for Moodle. So those people, those faculty members who don't have a working LMS in your college, please see that you are attending that particular session. That is tomorrow's last session. Okay, tomorrow first session 11 to 12:30 I will be handling, and that session will be on the flipped classroom. Okay, So please keep in mind, tomorrow it is 11 to 12:30. Okay then, thank you all. And
Sir, one more thing to add, sir.
please, sir.
Yeah, for tomorrow, the second and third session will be taken by me on LabTech. So I request everyone to download the MikTech and the Tech Studio that I will be sharing the link in the WhatsApp group. So you can download and install that, and we can do the live session based on that.
Yes, sir. Better, sir. What you do is that you put it in the WhatsApp group, so it will be easier for people to do the requisite things. Okay. So a very good night for everyone. And Antonio, sir, thank you once again. It was a very beautiful session in the sense that a lot of things I also was not knowing. A lot of things that you have told, and it is highly enriching. It was a really beautiful sort of program. So we will be, and I request all participants to please do the assignments. The assignments are kept optional because we don't want to put a pressure on you, but we want you people to learn. So please do on your own. Please try to do assignments and submit to the respective course faculty. The test will be at the end, and the test actually will be different from this. It will be an objective type of test. It is not having any relation with this assignment. Okay, I hope it is very clear. Anyway, are there any points to be discussed?